So what I did was cut to my center where I'm going to cut at. This is my center point. Each board. So now I got to cut off. I'm going to do a half lap on these boards. Half lap boards. And I find that I'm going to get the best strength out of that as for wood. So we're going to do a half lap here, half lap there, half one there, half one there, and continue on. I'd show you this all on video, but you know, y'all seen it before. Alright guys, so I got my boards cut. Kind of did them like this. Put them all on the same board like that, and then I took and did my notching, and then I cut them in half. But as you can tell, I didn't do a very good job here because I did the saw things across, so I noticed that my saw is not cutting straight, as you can tell, because this side would be like 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch, but if you look, she's not cutting straight across. So not sure if there's an adjustment for that or not. I think there would be some set screw to make it straight up and down. I got my well, looks like to me it's straight up and down. Looking at it, it must be the flex in the blade or something. Flex in the armature, look at it. Flex in that armature. Plus the blade. Anyway, so I couldn't get all of it out. So now I gotta take and notch it all off. But it ain't too bad. Not too bad. I'm building a house here. If you can see. Not awfully bad. A little short on this end here. That could be on my end there though. Just make some finer adjustments to get it to line up there right. Got that. See, you got that little gap underneath there. That's because it's cockeyed. This one didn't do too bad. Alright, I got a tripod stand here. I'll try to show you exactly what I got going on. Best as possible. Alright, so I plunged it down in there and sawed the depth. Let me bring the camera over here so you can see it. Okay, so this is what I just cut right here. So you can do that on both sides to get your chunk of wood out of there. That's one side of it. Again, that's only if you don't have a table saw and all you have is a circular saw. And you want a notch. The more wood the better. Okay, that shows that's that side of it. Then I can flip it over and do the other side. And that's what I'll do. Of course, you need to make sure you put your marked line there. I had a line on this side, reference line. I have no line on here, I have to put a line on there. And I just use these band clamps to hold it together. I use a band clamp, one of these wire clamps to hold them on the table, on each end on the saw houses so it don't move. So it's all stationary. Let me get my line here, and then I'll set this one, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So it's important to make sure you go half the distance of your wood, because if you don't, you'll goof it up. I've done that. Been there, done that. Alright. Alright, so I have my reference line there. And we're gonna do this plunge sawed tray. Plunge saw that way. Bring it all the way up, lock it. I'm outside today because it is sunny and it's cold in the garage. Right. Bring her in, line her up. On my other one, there was a lot of variation in the blade. I mean, we're talking a lot. I'm trying to find out where I'm at here without dropping my saw. There's the saw. There's the mark. Alright, lock her down. Forgot where I was cutting. Where was I cutting? Right here, I believe. Yep, this one. Alright, we cut through both sides now. This will come out of here. It will come out kind of hard. Mainly because the saw blade is round and not square. Alright, so we'll back them off here. And let's see. Right there, so we have the notch both sides, here and here. And so it'll be held in a circular motion here and here. So that's how the saw will cut. So we'll have pieces that we'll have to knock out. So let me get a hammer and notchy so you can see what's going on here. I'm sure somebody's saying, why don't you use a wood chisel? Well, I had them, but they got burned up in a fire, so I've not replaced them yet. So I'm attempting to get this hunk out of here, and it's not being participating. Like I said, you got two round corners that didn't get loosened up. the round saw. One thing you can do if you got one of those thin dovetail saws is it should be in the center, which I can't see, but in the center it should be hollow. Let's see. Alright, so that's what I did there. And that one little head, guess the camera's showing it, can't tell. I don't have a monitor here. No monitor. No monitor. Let's see. Guess that's it right there, right? Yep. That one little hit took that whole chunk out of there. Alright? So, right there. So now you can just trim that down flush. Now see, that's the issue I had with the other one. See how it's deeper on one side than the other? So I had to take and notch that a little bit to get that level. But you know, you can work on that yourself. You can use a plane or whatever. But I marked on both sides and cut. And that's what I've found is going on, is one side is it's the same thickness here as it is here, but when you cut that way, the fluctuation of the blade allows it to be thicker on this side, thinner on this side, and thicker on that side. So you can trim all that little bit out, or you can take and drop this back in and drop your blade in there. So you can take and drop your blade in there just a tiny bit more and peel off just another inch, another 1/16 of an inch, to get that even. Because this side is pretty nice. You can see this side here is nice and smooth, all that whole circle. This side's a little higher. So I'm going to drop that blade down in there and peel the other chunk off. You can see what's left. This is the piece I took out. This side's smooth and this side's a little higher. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do next. Is drop this blade down on this side just a smidgen more and peel that other piece out. It's close. Getting closer. Looks like to me I need to drop it down. Need to drop that down quite a bit more. We are so close, but so far, no. I'm pretty close there. Let me show you. I got her. She's like right in there, like half a 16th or very little. So I just gotta notch this trim out here, and we're done with that. So then I got a few more here to do still. They come, they go. They come, they go. They come, they go. A little high here, but once you get the glue in there and stuff, it should be all pretty. Again, this is just a drill press set. Just for drill press, it's not a piece of furniture. That's my neighbor, like a mile away, yelling at the dogs in the subdivision. That's what they do. They take their dog out, and then they yell at them. Kind of like your kids. What do you think? it cuts loose. I'll show you when we get this all back together again. It'll be identical to the other one. Peace, guys. Alright, so I got this side together, notched, half lap, glued and screwed together. That's the bigger one, and I'll show you what I got going on with how you can do this without, if you don't have a table saw and all you have is a circular saw. So I got 3 2x4s hooked together here. And I've already slotted this way. So now I'm going to cut in this direction. So to stabilize this for your circular saw, I put 3 together. So now you can have enough surface for the table, the mount plate on your saw to ride on here straight. So you got different options about how you want to do it. Either you can take sorry, I'm doing this with freehand. So you can just take and plunge this thing into it like this, start them up and drop the saw into it, or you can just tilt the saw down with the blade like this. And I find that the plunge to start your saw up and then plunge it down into it is the better way. Wish I could show you what I'm doing, but I don't have a tripod stand here. Let me see if I can go get one that works.